Welcome back. Thank you for joining me, Michael, KC9PHK, here on behalf of the Clay County Area Amateur Radio Club, located in Illinois. We are covering the 2015 to 2019 General Class Question Pool. Here we are in Section 7 of 8, almost through here. You'll want to go through these a couple times and make sure you get all the answers and develop a knowledge of some of the understanding of the topics. And let's go ahead and jump right in. First off today, G7, covering practical circuits. 3 exam questions come from the 3 groups here. G7A is first off today, power supplies and schematic symbols. G7A01 says, what useful feature does a power supply bleeder resistor provide? A. It acts as a fuse for excess voltage. B. It ensures that the filter capacitors are discharged when power is removed. C. It removes shock hazards from the induction coils. Or D. It eliminates ground loop current. Correct answer here is B. It ensures that the filter capacitors are discharged when power is removed. G7A02. Which of the following components are used in a power supply filter network? A. Diodes. B. Transformers and transducers. C. Quartz crystals. Or D. Capacitors and inductors. Correct answer D. Capacitors and inductors. G7A03. What is the peak inverse voltage across the rectifiers in a full wave bridge power supply? A. 1/4 the normal output voltage of the power supply. B. Half the normal output voltage of the power supply. C. Double the normal peak output voltage of the power supply. Or D. Equal to the normal peak output voltage of the power supply. Correct answer D. Equal to the normal peak output voltage of the power supply. G7A04. What is the peak inverse voltage across the rectifier in a half wave power supply? A. 1/2 the normal peak output voltage of the power supply. B. 1/2 the normal output voltage of the power supply. C. Equal to the normal output voltage of the power supply. Or D. 2 times the normal peak output voltage of the power supply. Correct answer D. 2 times the normal peak output voltage of the power supply. G7A05. What portion of the AC cycle is converted to DC by a half-wave rectifier? A. 90 degrees. B. 180 degrees. C. 270 degrees. Or D. 360 degrees. Correct answer B. 180 degrees. G7A06. What portion of the AC cycle is converted to DC by a full wave rectifier? A. 90 degrees. B. 180 degrees. C. 270 degrees. Or D. 360 degrees. Correct answer here, D. 360 degrees. G7A07. What is the output waveform of an unfiltered full wave rectifier connected to a resistive load? A. A series of DC pulses at twice the frequency of the AC input. B. A series of DC pulses at the same frequency as the AC input. C. A sine wave at half the frequency of the AC input. Or D. A steady DC voltage. Correct answer here, A. A series of DC pulses at twice the frequency of the AC input. G7A08. Which of the following is an advantage of a switch mode power supply as compared to a linear power supply? A. Faster switching time makes higher output voltages possible. B. Fewer circuit components are required. C. High frequency operation allows the use of smaller components. Or D. All of these choices are correct. Correct answer C. High frequency operation allows the use of smaller components. Okay, G7A09. Which symbol in figure G7-1 represents a field effect transistor? Okay, the options are A. Symbol 2, B. Symbol 5, C. Symbol 1, or D. Symbol 4. Correct answer is C. Symbol 1. It's right here in the center. Question number G7A10. Which symbol in figure G7-1 represents a Zener diode? A, symbol 4, B, symbol 1, C, symbol 11, or D, symbol 5? Correct answer is D, symbol 5. So it's going to be this one up here. Okay, G7A11, which symbol in figure G7-1 represents an NPN junction transistor? A, symbol 1, B, symbol 2, C, symbol 7, or D, symbol 11? Correct answer is B, symbol 2. So we're looking at this one right over here. Okay, moving on. G7A12, which symbol in figure G7-1 represents a multiple winding transformer? A, symbol 4, B, symbol 7, C, symbol 6, or D, symbol 1? Correct answer here is C, symbol 6, and that's going to be right here. Alright, going on, G7A13, which symbol in figure G7-1 represents a tapped inductor? A, symbol 7, B, symbol 11, C, symbol 6, or D, symbol 1? Correct answer here is A, symbol 7. So we're looking at right down here. Moving on, G7B, covering digital circuits, amplifiers, and oscillators. G7B01 says complex digital circuitry can often be replaced by what type of integrated circuit? A, microcontroller, B, charge-coupled device, C, phase detector, or D, Windows comparator? And the correct answer is A, microcontroller. G7B02 says, which of the following is an advantage of using the binary system when processing digital signals? A, binary ones and zeros are easy to represent by an on and off state. B, the binary numbers system is most accurate. C, binary numbers are most compatible with analog circuitry. Or D, all of these choices are correct. Correct answer is A, binary ones and zeros are easy to represent by an on and off state. G7B03, which of the following describes the function of two input AND gates? A, output is high when either or both inputs are low. B, output is high only when both inputs are high. C, output is low when either or both inputs are high. Or D, output is low only when both inputs are high. Correct answer B, output is high only when both inputs are high. G7B04, which of the following describes the function of a two-input NOR gate? A, output is high when either or both inputs are low. B, output is high only when both inputs are high. C, output is low when either or both inputs are high. D, output is low only when both inputs are high. Correct answer C, output is low when either or both inputs are high. G7B05, how many states does a 3-bit binary counter have? A, 3, B, 6, C, 8, or D, 16? Correct answer here, C, 8. G7B06, what is a shift register? A clocked array of circuits that passes data in steps along the array. B, an array of operational amplifiers used for tri-state arithmetic operations. C, a digital mixer, or D, an analog mixer? Correct answer, A clocked array of circuits that passes data in steps along the array. G7B07, what are the basic components of virtually all sine wave oscillators? A, an amplifier and a divider. B, a frequency multiplier and a mixer. C, a circulator and a filter operating in a feed-forward loop. Or D, a filter and an amplifier operating in a feedback loop? Correct answer is D, a filter and an amplifier operating in a feedback loop. G7B08, how is the efficiency of an RF power amplifier determined? A, divide the DC input power by the DC output power. B, divide the RF output power by the DC input power. C. Multiply the RF input power by the reciprocal of the RF output power. Or D. Add the RF input power to the DC output power. Correct answer B. Divide the RF output power by the DC input power. G7B09. What determines the frequency of an LC oscillator? A. The number of stages in the counter. B. The number of stages in the divider. C. The inductance and capacitance in the tank circuit. Or D. The time delay of the lag circuit. Correct answer here is C. The inductance and capacitance in the tank circuit. G7B10. Which of the following characteristics of an amp or a Class A amplifier? A. Low power standby. Low standby power. B. High efficiency. C. No need for bias. Or D. Low distortion. Best answer here, D. Low distortion. G7B11. For which of the following modes is a Class C power stage appropriate for amplifying a modulated signal? A. SSB. B. CW. C. AM. Or D. All of these choices are correct. Correct answer here would be B. CW. G7B12. Which of these classes of amplifiers has the highest efficiency? A. Class A. B. Class B. C. Class AB. Or D. Class C. Correct answer D, which is Class C. G7B13. What is the reason for neutralizing the final amplifier stage of a transmitter? A. To limit the modulation index. B. To eliminate self-oscillations. C. To cut off the final amplifier during standby periods. Or D. To keep the carrier on frequency. Correct answer B. To eliminate self-oscillations. G7B14. Which of the following describes a linear amplifier? A. Any RF power amplifier used in conjunction with an amateur transceiver. B. An amplifier in which the output preserves the input waveform. C. A Class C high-efficiency amplifier. Or D. An amplifier used as a frequency multiplier. B. An amplifier in which the output preserves the input waveform is the correct answer. Next up, G7C, covering receivers and transmitters, filters and oscillators. G7C01. Which of the following is used to process signals from the balanced modulator, then send them to the mixer in some single sideband phone transmitters? A. Carrier oscillator. B. Filter. C. IF amplifier. Or D. RF amplifier. And the answer is B. Filter. G7C02. Which circuit is used to combine signals from the carrier oscillator and speech amplifier, then send the result to the filter in some single sideband phone transmitters? A. Discriminator. B. Detector. C. IF amplifier. Or D. Balanced modulator. Correct answer here, D. Balanced modulator. G7C03. What circuit is used to process signals from the RF amplifier and local oscillator, then send the result to the IF filter if a superheterodyne receiver? A. Balanced modulator. B. IF amplifier. C. Mixer. Or D. Detector. Correct answer C. Mixer. G7C04. What circuit is used to combine signals from the IF amplifier and BFO and send the result to the AF amplifier in some single sideband receivers? A. RF oscillator. B. IF filter. C. Balanced modulator. Or D. Product detector. Correct answer D. Product detector. G7C05. Which of the following is an advantage of a transceiver controlled by direct digital synthesizer, also known as DDS? A. Wide tuning range and no need for band switching. B. Relatively high power output. C. Relatively low power consumption. Or D. Variable frequency with the stability of a crystal oscillator. Correct answer D. Variable frequency with the stability of a crystal oscillator. G7C06. What should be the impedance of a low-pass filter as compared to the impedance of a transmission line into which it is inserted? A. Substantially higher. B. About the same. C. Substantially lower. or D, twice the transmission line impedance? Correct answer here is B, about the same. G7C07, what is the simplest combination of stages that implement a superheterodyne receiver? A, RF amplifier, detector, and audio amplifier. B, RF amplifier, mixer, and IF discriminator. C, HF oscillator, mixer, and a detector. Or D, HF oscillator, prescaler, and an audio amplifier. Correct answer here is C, HF oscillator, mixer, and a detector. G7C08, what type of circuit is used in many FM receivers to convert signals coming from the IF amplifier to audio? A, product detector. B, phase inverter. C, mixer. Or D, discriminator. Correct answer here, D, discriminator. G7C09, which of the following is needed for a digital signal processor IF filter? A, an analog to digital converter. B, a digital to analog converter. C, a digital processor chip. Or D, all of these choices are correct. And D it is. All of these choices are correct. G7C10, how is a digital signal processor filtering accomplished? A, by using direct signal phasing. B, by converting the signal from analog to digital and using digital processing. C, by differential spurious phasing. Or D, by converting the signal from digital to analog and taking the difference of mixing products. Correct answer here is B, by converting the signal from analog to digital and using digital processing. G7C11, what is meant by the term software-defined radio, abbreviated SDR? A radio in which most major signal processing functions are performed by the software. B, a radio that provides computer interface for automatic logging of band and frequency. C, a radio that uses crystal filters designed using software. Or D, a computer model that can simulate performance of a radio to aid in the design process. Correct answer here is A, a radio in which most major signal processing functions are performed by the software. Sub-element G8, signals and emissions. 3 exam questions come from the 3 groups here. First off, G8A, carriers and modulation, AM, FM, single sideband, modulation envelope, digital modulation, and over modulation. G8A01, how is an FSK signal generated? A, by keying an FM transmitter with a subaudible tone. B, by changing an oscillator's frequency directly with a digital control signal. C, by using the transceiver's computer data interface protocol to change frequencies. Or D, by reconfiguring the CW keying input to act as a tone generator. Looks like the correct answer here is B, by changing an oscillator's frequency directly with a digital control signal. G8A02, what is the name of the process that changes the phase angle of an RF wave to convey information? A, phase convolution. B, phase modulation. C, angle convolution. Or D, radian inversion. Correct answer B, phase modulation. G8A03, what is the name of the process that changes the instantaneous frequency of an RF wave to convey information? A, frequency convolution. B, frequency transformation. C, frequency conversion. Or D, frequency modulation. Correct answer D, frequency modulation. Question G4A04 says, what emission is produced by a reactance modulator connected to a transmitter RF amplifier stage? A, multiplex modulation. B, phase modulation. C, amplitude modulation. Or D, pulse modulation. Correct answer is B, phase modulation. G8A05, what type of modulation varies the instantaneous power level of the RF signal? A, frequency shift keying. B, phase modulation. C, frequency modulation. Or D, amplitude modulation. Correct answer is D, amplitude modulation. G8A06, what is one advantage of carrier suppression in a single sideband phone transmission versus full carrier amplitude modulation. A. Audio fidelity is improved. B. Greater modulation percentage is obtainable with lower distortion. C. Available transmitter power can be used more effectively. Or D. Simpler receiving equipment can be used. Correct answer C. Available transmitter power can be used more effectively. G8A07, which of the following phone emissions uses the narrowest bandwidth? A. Single sideband. B. Double sideband. C. Phase modulation. Or D. Frequency modulation. Correct answer A. Single sideband. G8A08, which of the following is an effect of over-modulation? A. Insufficient audio. B. Insufficient bandwidth. C. Frequency drift. Or D. Excessive bandwidth. Correct answer D. Excessive bandwidth. G8A09, what control is typically adjusted for proper ALC setting on an amateur single sideband transceiver? A. The RF clipping level. B. Transmit audio or microphone gain. C. Antenna inductance or capacitance. Or D. Attenuator level. B. Transmit audio or microphone gain. G8A10, what is meant by the term flat topping when referring to a single sideband phone transmission? A. Signal distorted by insufficient collector current. B. The transmitter's automatic level control is properly adjusted. C. Signal distortion caused by excessive drive. Or D. The transmitter's carrier is properly suppressed. Correct answer here, C. Signal distortion caused by excessive drive. G8A11, what is the modulation envelope of an AM signal? A. The waveform created by connecting the peak values of the modulated signal. B. The carrier frequency that contains the signal. C. Spurious signals that envelop nearby frequencies. Or D. The bandwidth of the modulated signal. Correct answer, the waveform created by connecting the peak values of the modulated signal. A. G8B, frequency mixing, multiplication, bandwidths of various modes, deviation, and duty cycle. G8B01, what receiver stage combines a 14.250 MHz input signal with a 13.795 MHz oscillator to produce a 455 kHz intermediate frequency signal? A. Mixer. B. BFO. C. VFO. Or D. Discriminator. Correct answer here, A. Mixer. G8B02, if a receiver mixes a 13.800 MHz VFO with a 14.255 MHz signal, receive signal to produce a 455 kHz intermediate frequency signal, what type of interference will a 13.345 MHz signal produce in the receiver? A. Quadrature noise. B. Image response. C. Mixer interference. Or D. Intermediate interference. Correct answer here, B. Image response. G8B03, what is another term for mixing of two RF signals? A. Heterodyning. B. Synthesizing. C. Cancellation. Or D. Phase inverting. Correct answer, A. Heterodyning. G8B04, what is the stage in a VHF FM transmitter that generates a harmonic on a lower frequency signal to reach the desired operating frequency? A. Mixer. B. Reactance modulator. C. Pre-emphasis network. Or D. Multiplier. Correct answer, D. Multiplier. G8B05, what is the approximate bandwidth of a PAC-TOR 3 signal at maximum data rate? A. 31.5 Hz. B. 500 Hz. C. 1800 Hz. Or D. 2300 Hz. Correct answer, D. 2300 Hz. G8B06, what is the total bandwidth of an FM phone transmission having a 5 kHz deviation and 3 kHz modulating frequency? A. 3 kHz. B. 5 kHz. C. 8 kHz. Or D. 16 kHz. Correct answer would be D. 16 kHz. G8B07, what is the frequency deviation for a 12.21 MHz reactance modulated oscillator in a 5 kHz deviation, 146.520 MHz phone transmitter? A. 101.75 Hertz, B. 416.7 Hertz, C. 5 kilohertz, or D. 60 kilohertz. Correct answer here B. 416.7 Hertz. G8B08. Why is it important to know what duty cycle of the mode you are using when transmitting? A. To aid in tuning your transmitter. B. Some modes have high duty cycles which could exceed the transmitter's average power rating. C. To allow time for the other station to break in during the transmission. Or D. All of these choices are correct. Correct answer is B. Some modes have high duty cycles which could exceed the transmitter's average power rating. G8B09. Why is it good to match receiver bandwidth to the bandwidth of the operating mode? A. It is required by FCC rules. B. It minimizes power consumption in the receiver. C. It improves impedance matching of the antenna. Or D. It results in the best signal-to-noise ratio. Correct answer D. It results in the best signal-to-noise ratio. G8B10. What is the relationship between transmitted signal rate and symbol rate and bandwidth? A. Symbol rate and bandwidth are not related. B. Higher symbol rates require wider bandwidths. C. Lower symbol rates require wider bandwidths. Or D. Bandwidth is always half the symbol rate. Correct answer B. Higher symbol rates require a wider bandwidth. Going on, G8C, digital emission modes. G8C01, which of the following digital modes is designed to operate at extremely low signal strength on the HF bands? A. FSK 441 and Hellscriber. B. JT9 and JT65. C. Clover. Or D. RTTY. Correct answer is B. JT9 and JT65. G8C02. How many data bits are sent in a single PSK31 character? A. The number varies. B. 5. C. 7. Or D. 8. Correct answer is A. The number varies. G8C03. What part of the data packet contains the routing and handling information? A. The directory. B. The preamble. C. Header. Or D. Footer. Correct answer C. Header. G8C04. Which of the following describes baudette code? A. A 7-bit code with start, stop, and parity bits. B. A code using error detection and correction. C. A 5-bit code with additional start and stop bits. Or D. A code using cell cal and listen. Correct answer C. A 5-bit code with additional start and stop bits. G8C05. In the Pactor protocol, what is meant by the NAC response to a transmitted packet? A. The receiver is requesting the packet be retransmitted. B. The receiver is reporting that the packet was received without error. C. The receiver is busy decoding the packet. Or D. The entire file has been received correctly. Correct answer here is A. The receiver is requesting that the packet be retransmitted. G8C06. What action results from the failure to exchange information due to excessive transmission attempts when using Pactor or Winmore? A. The checksum overflows. B. The connection is dropped. C. Packets will be routed incorrectly. Or D. Encoding reverts to the default character set. And the correct answer is B. The connection is dropped. G8C07. How does the receiving station respond to an ARQ data mode packet containing errors? A. It terminates the contact. B. It requests the packet be retransmitted. C. It sends the packet back to the transmitting station. Or D. It requests a change in transmitting protocol. And it does B. It requests the packet be retransmitted. G8C08. Which of the following statements is true about PSK31? A. Uppercase letters make the signal stronger. B. Uppercase letters use longer variocode signals and thus slow down transmission. C. Variocode error correction is used to ensure accurate message reception. Or D. Higher power is needed as compared to RTTY for similar error rates. Correct answer here is B. Uppercase letters use longer variocode signals and thus slow down transmission. G8C09. What does the number 31 represent in PSK31? A. The approximate transmitted symbol rate. B, the version of the PSK protocol. C, the year in which PSK 31 was invented. Or D, the number of characters that can be represented by PSK 31. Correct answer here is A, the approximate transmitted symbol rate. G8C10. How does forward error correction allow the receiver to correct errors in received data packets? A, by controlling transmitter output power for optimal signal strength. B, by using the varicode character set. C, by transmitting redundant information with the data. Or D, by using a parity bit with each character. Correct answer C, by transmitting redundant information with the data. G8C11, how are the two separate frequencies of a frequency shift keyed signal identified? A, dot and dash. B, on and off. C, high and low. Or D, mark and space. Correct answer D, mark and space. G8C12, what type of code is used for sending characters in a PSK31 signal? A, varicode. B, Viterbi. C, volumetric. Or D, binary. Correct answer here is A, varicode. And that concludes video number 7. Stay tuned for video number 8, which will be the final one.